Hey guys, welcome back, and today I will be doing a Q&A. Yeah, this was a video that was sort of requested because I knew a few people who were doing it, and when I thought I would actually try it, a lot of people actually sent me some really good questions. So yeah, this is you're sort of gonna get to know me a little bit better because it's mainly personal questions. So yeah, this is gonna make it quite interesting. I was going to film this on my phone, but it's a really hot day and I'm not feeling too great, so I thought just stick to what I usually do, and that's for me. Yeah. Alright, let's get to it. What movie or film? No, sorry. What book or movie could you read or watch over and over again and still love? Right. Um, Probably the House of Night series by PC and Kristen Cast. That was a huge part of my teenage years. It went from when I was 14 was when I started reading them. I was quite late coming into the series. And I read, and the last book came out at 2014, which was my last year of college before I went to university. So, yeah, that series took me from my secondary school or high school days to, well, secondary school here, depending when you're watching. Yeah, secondary school days to my college days. And the fact that for the 10th anniversary, a sequel to the series is coming out, I'm super pumped about that. And will definitely be reading it. And will most likely be reviewing it here. So yeah, that was one of the series where I haven't reread them. But I feel like even if I did, I would probably still love them now because they were so much more mature and definitely something that I needed to read during my teenage years because it was definitely more adult and it got me thinking about stuff and debating with people. It wasn't just your stereotypical YA love story. It was really dark and complex and quite thought provoking. But also Harry Potter I could probably reread. And maybe no, definitely Hush Hush, that series by Becca Fitzpatrick. Those were books I absolutely love. They're my top three. So I would probably reread those and still love them. And as for films, I'm going to shock a lot of people with the films I'd probably want to rewatch. Save the Last Dance, Ghost, and Sister Act. Now, a lot of people who know me just think I love watching Harry Potter or Twilight or all of those supernatural fantasy stuff. And yes, although I do enjoy it, films that I was pretty much raised on or grew up watching, I just completely love on a completely different level. So yeah, Save the Last Dance. I saw that when it first came out. I watched it with my sister back in 2000, and I just fell in love with the story. Like it was a real gritty, dark, well, not dark, but it was definitely much more, it had more depth to a dance film. Like it was tackling really hard issues, and it was such a beautiful film. The sequel, I will probably do a video to this. Yeah, but the sequel did not do that film justice at all. It wasn't even the fact that they recast everyone, or they changed the plot, or they changed the love interest. The writing was what really bugged me, but actually, because of this now, I'm probably going to do a comparison video to Save the Last Dance and Save the Last Dance 2. Anyway, moving on before I get too far into that. Yeah, Save the Last Dance for a film I could be rewatch. Ghost, Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore, and Whoopi Goldberg all in one film together. That was just epic. Such a brilliant film. And I've had mixed opinions about the musical now because I went to go see it in 2011 when it first came out in the West End. But when it went over to Broadway and then came back over here, they changed a lot of the songs, a lot of the scenes were condensed, And I I don't know who kind of took over in terms of the lyrics but they changed quite a lot of stuff that didn't really need to be changed. So yeah, as for the film, I would rewatch that film completely. And Sister Act again, Whoopi Goldberg. I watched that film. I watched the Sister Act film so much as a kid, which was weird because it was a PG and I was quite young. But I just thought it was so funny and I just loved it. Yeah, so you can tell by now I'm a huge Whoopi Goldberg fan, and I was raised on most of her films. So yeah, those are my three films, which is gonna shock a lot of people. So yeah, Ghost, Save the Last Dance, and Sister Act. If you could live in any other time period, what would it be and why? Why would you choose it? Um, I would probably choose the Regency or the Renaissance, which realistically it was terrible for plague and someone with a disability like myself, it would be life would practically suck on so many different levels that it would be a huge struggle to what it is now. But in terms of the actual kind of historical architect and the language and the culture, yeah, the Renaissance or the Regency Victorian era, I would just love to see that time period. Even just have a look around. Yeah, so it would have to be those time periods I would choose. Best roast meat to have with a Sunday roast. Um, I'm not really. Weirdly enough, I prefer chicken, or like med, medium steak. Yeah, there's something. Mm, yeah, chicken or medium steak. I'd probably go with. I don't like my meat to be like really hard, but I can't eat it. But mm, yeah, I'd probably go with that. Okay, this is a long one, so excuse me while I try and read this out. Would you rather have to spend your whole life with Zac Efron, however he acts and says the same as he did in High School Musical, or marry Kristen Stewart, however she acts like she did in the first Twilight film? Hmm. Um, I feel like this is fairly easy for me. I'd rather choose Kristen Stewart than the first Twilight film, purely because as much as I love musicals, I wouldn't be able to live with someone who bursts into song, and especially someone like Troy Bolton. If we're looking at Zac Efron the way he was in High School Musical, I wouldn't. I would probably end up trying to drown myself. Yeah, or cut off my ears. Yeah, so I'd rather, and because I know Twilight and I can kind of deal with someone who's not very sociable, I would probably go with Kristen Stewart with how she acts in Twilight. Keep in mind, I do like these actors and what they've gone on to kind of do in their own careers, but just looking at their characters in those films, yeah, I'd go Kristen Stewart in Twilight. What made you realize you wanted to be a scriptwriter? Um, it's a bit of a long story actually, but considering this is a Q&A people requested, might as well go into story time mode. Right, when I was in college, I originally was studying performing arts, and it was, hmm, yeah, I really enjoyed it, but yeah, sorry about that camera kind of cut out for a minute. Yeah, what made me realize I wanted to become, sorry again, yeah, what made me realize I wanted to become a screenwriter? Um, yeah, well, as I was saying, when I went to college, I was studying performing arts for a year, and although I did enjoy it, and I proved to my family that I can act, and I'm actually quite good at it, um, I kind of thought realistically, if I wanted to pursue a career in script in performing arts, it would be a lot harder than any other role within the media because I kind of felt with performing arts, my wheelchair would be taken into account whenever I went for a role. And even if I was cast in something, my disability would play a huge factor in that. And this was in 2011, by the way, so I have to say it's improved a lot since then. But my experience with the media at that time, I kind of thought realistically it wasn't something that would be a huge career choice. And plus, as well, there was a lot of bitchiness in the classes, so I couldn't handle the drama outside the class. But yeah, when I came to decide I wanted to do media, I thought realistically what would I want to do, because when I went from performing arts to media, I kind of really seriously thought what I wanted to get out of college and then university afterwards. So I came to the conclusion that script writing would be something really ideal for me, because ever since I was little, I loved writing and storytelling and characters, and it was something I would be able to realistically do as a job, working in the industry, because all I would need is a computer and my head. So yeah, I came to the conclusion that writing was really my first love and my first passion. So when I actually started studying it, I began to look more into it, read scripts, even read play scripts to kind of get into the idea of you're just writing the story almost there. You don't have to go into massive descriptions as you would in a book. So I kind of really knuckled down, and script writing was ultimately where I wanted to go, which so far I've actually done several short films which I've written. And yeah, I am hoping to finish my bachelor's degree and then do my master's. So this year coming up will be my third and final year at university before I go on and do a master's. So yeah, I'll probably keep you guys posted with that. But yeah, what made me realize I wanted to become a scriptwriter was mainly because I knew I loved writing, and although I enjoyed acting, it wasn't something I felt would be a best career choice for me. But I'm so glad I went with media, because actually learning the art of scriptwriting has been an amazing, and I don't want to say life altering experience, but it's definitely made me more keen and focused in what I want to do as a career. Uh, hmm. If you had three dragons, what would you name them and why? Hmm. Ah, well, I understand this is a Game of Thrones reference, and I am so behind with this series. I am on season 3. Yes, I am that behind. I've been so busy with uni and work and writing that I've not got that far as I should have been. And a lot of people are shocked by it, especially me. A lot of people are surprised that I have not caught up. So yeah, who would I name and why? Hmm. Alright, Umbridge, Harry Potter. So Dolores Umbridge. I named a dragon after her because she was a bitch, and I'm sure she could have breathed fire if she wanted to. And if she was an animagus, she'd probably turn into a dragon. Um, hmm. Ah, three dragons. Yeah, Umbridge, hmm. Cat, because we've had very heated discussions and debates, which a lot of people are quite shocked that we could actually argue as fiercely and passionately as we do and still be good friends. A lot of people think we probably have a falling out, but yeah, Kat and um, I put just for another university friend, I'd probably say Izzy. Yeah, Umbridge, Kat, and Izzy. Oh, Divya, Kat, and Izzy. Yeah, those are going to be my three. My three dragons. The father of dragons. Yeah, sorry guys, by the way. Do you believe in unicorns or mermaids? No. I'm really sorry to the person who has written this, but no, I do not believe in unicorns or mermaids. I believe that they are sort of myths and legends, but I do not believe they exist. Unless you stick a horn on a horse's head, or stick a sort of woman in a mermaid outfit. No, I'm very sorry, but I do not believe. I am not a believer. If you could write a spin-off or prequel to any other character in the Harry Potter series, who would it be and why? Some people may know this, but I've kind of had mixed opinions about the new spin-off. I do like it, but I do not feel like it was a very strong opener for a new series. I mean, the sequel could really build upon it, and I could be wrong, but as much as I liked it, I didn't love it. Surprisingly, I loved the play more than I loved the spin-off films. And I feel really bad saying that, but it's kind of true. So yeah, if I had to do a spin-off or prequel, I think they're addressing this in the new Fantastic Beasts film, but I'd love to see a Dumbledore prequel or a Snape and Lily prequel. Those kind of characters really stuck out to me throughout the Harry Potter series, or Neville's kind of backstory, because he was played out, especially in the films, as like a bit of a joke and a very comical character. But if anyone who's read the books knows that Neville's story is quite tragic and sad. So yeah, I would probably either have to do a Dumbledore and Grindelwald spin-off, a Snape and Lily prequel, or a Neville prequel. So yeah, those are kind of my three that I would probably want to do. This is a ridiculous question. Pajamas or naked? Um, Keeping this very PG, I much prefer pajamas. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm not even gonna go into a story or explain myself, but I'm just gonna keep it at pajamas. So thank you for that person who submitted. The next question is, where am I? Inside or outside? Um, I am not feeling well today. I am actually sick because of the heat. Ever since I was little, I would either be really tired if it's really hot during the summer, or I would be just burnt to a crisp. I do not do well in the sun at all. So unless it's autumn or winter, I prefer inside. Yeah, so I have inside or outside, I'm inside. What did you say to J.K. Rowling when you first met her? Okay, for those of you who don't know, I've met J.K. Rowling before. Crazy, yeah. But I probably have to kind of go back a bit before I get into that. When I was little, I wrote what is now sort of seen as a fan fiction of Harry Potter, and I can't remember what it was about. It's probably upstairs in the attic still, but it was literally this very badly handwritten fan fiction with illustrations, by the way, of it was kind of a mix between Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and it was kind of between Chamber of Secrets and Prisoner of Azkaban. It was a story set between those stories, and for some reason, even though I didn't want them to be together, I put Harry and Hermione as a couple, even though as I grew older and as I got more into the books, I really saw their relationship as brother and sister, but because I was so young at the time and there was no one really to put Harry with, it was just kind of lazy on my part to just put Hermione with Harry. And yeah, I think Dobby was a big character in that book as well. Dobby was one of the main characters. So yeah, that was my first attempt at Harry Potter fan fiction, and it wasn't even known as fan fiction. And yeah, I was probably about 6, maybe even younger, 6 or 7, and I wrote this fan fiction. And I went to Lourdes, the holy place. I went there quite a bit when I was younger. Uh, Obviously not to heal my legs because I'm still in a wheelchair. But no, I went with my brother's secondary school mainly. Well, actually, my first time I went with a different group entirely. But all the other times after that, when I was younger, I went with my brother's secondary school, and because I knew the teachers and I knew my brother's friends, and obviously I knew my brothers who went there. That was one of the main reasons I went more because my brothers were also going, and yeah, it gave them really good work experience, and I kind of just it was very nice for me to go to France and see such a religious holy place, and I stocked up on the holy water and the rosary beads, and I also brought back loads of presents for family and friends whenever I went. So yeah, I wrote a letter to J.K. Rowling while I was in Lourdes, and I actually got a reply. When I was younger, I went through a phase where I wrote to celebrities, and I've got a little booklet of all of the people I've written to and all their responses. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I'll probably do a video for that as well. But yeah, I got a response from her, and I was more shocked by it that she actually replied. And one of her main things to me was actually just, just keep writing, like, kind of just enjoy writing and find joy in stories. And that was something that I really took to heart. And I think after that, I started to write my own sort of stories properly. My first story, which I'll probably go into, I'll probably read a bit of it for this channel. It was so bad. But yeah, yeah, since when I got that letter was when I started to write my own stories. And yeah, I first met J.K. Rowling at the Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix premiere. I'm going to do a video for the premieres I've been to because I've been to 4 of the premieres, I think. I used to go to the premieres and it was a really good experience. Like the hype you get from being at the premieres, it is just such an amazing experience. And to be around fans as well. Like my family, they watched Harry Potter. It was only my oldest brother who really got into it, but my other family members were just like, yeah, dude, with glasses and can do magic. Yeah, but to actually speak to fans was just amazing. So yeah, I met J.K. Rowling and we spoke very briefly and quickly. And I was just like, hey, I'm Ted. I wrote you. And I really had to quickly explain because, it was such a rushed sort of experience going on. And, she actually remembered me and my letter. So after that, we actually spoke more and more in depth. Like she really remembered me after that because subsequently I went to the Half-Blood Prince premiere and the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 premiere. So yeah, J.K. Rowling was such a huge influence on me as a writer, and the fact she's done script writing now, even though I'm not too keen on it, although I do like the script, I weren't keen on the film as a whole for some weird reason. I do love that she's doing script writing now, and I've loved her style of writing. So actually being able to meet her and speak to her, and even have a letter from her, that was such a huge confidence boost for me when I was little, kind of wanting to do writing but not sure I could. And yeah, that was a huge kind of confidence builder for me, and subsequently why I enjoy writing now. Who is your favourite sibling and why? You can tell one of my siblings submitted this. I am not. I love them all equally and for their own sort of merits. I do not have a favourites. I've grown up with 4 siblings, so we're a big family. So I do not have a favourite, and the person who submitted that, I'm not going to give an answer. So yeah, I love you all equally. And the final question, for those of you who stayed this long, is how do you write a script and what is your step-by-step basis? Now, this is something I've really kind of developed and improved on this year in particular, because I've taken a script writing unit in particular and I've written 2 scripts from that unit, one of which is now being made into a film, which I will also be co-directing. But I've really kind of learned a very kind of specific preparation for it. So usually my step-by-step process for writing a script is to kind of just have, a lot of writers do this, but I'm going to kind of rehash what I've learned, is just have an idea. Have a good few ideas, know who your character is, know what the issue is, know what the obstacles are, and then how they will overcome it. You will literally kind of need to be able to sum up your whole film in 1 line. No, 2 lines at most. So that is, you will literally need 2 lines to sum up your whole film. And using that, you will need to build like a detailed outline, which should only be about a page, of the whole film and what happens in it, who the characters are. And then when you've done that, then you will start writing. Writing scripts in particular, writing any story is a grueling process because the first draft is not going to always be the best. Regardless of whether you are on a very strict deadline, you will need to at least do a second or third draft because your first draft is not always going to be the best. And you really need to just write the script and have someone just go through it and just give brutal, honest feedback and just say, look, this is good, this is bad, and just really kind of take on. The thing I've learned this year in particular is just take criticism as it comes and use it to kind of better yourself. I know a few people who kind of really struggled with that. I mean, my first script I did this year, it got compared to London to Brighton, and my scriptwriter actually showed me the trailer for the film, and I was like, oh my god, this is actually a decent film. Like to actually be compared to that, like he actually thought I'd watched it and taken inspiration from it, and truthfully, I hadn't. So anyone who's watched that film would kind of know what it's about. It's literally 2 girls going from London to Brighton. And one of the things that I had to really cut down on was the description. And that was something I really improved on, was kind of describing a scene and a character without going into too much detail. So yeah, that was something I really had to build upon. But yeah, for your step-by-step process, plan it out as best as you can, be as detailed as you can. Don't just sit down and write a script and expect a Quentin Tarantino film to pop out. You need to find your own voice, which is something I've learned. I'm starting to build upon myself, trying to find my own individual voice as a writer, the stories I want to tell, and kind of really one of the things that I kind of suggest, 2 things I'll suggest actually: write what you know, but also be willing to challenge yourself by writing themes or characters that you wouldn't usually write or even meet. Push yourself out of that comfort zone and just be open to just being more vulnerable with your writing. So yeah, writing is going to be a very long and grueling process, but I would highly recommend just be as detailed as you can. If you're a first-time writer, just literally, before you even start a script, just plan the script, plan the art. I cannot stress this enough. Plan it. Just plan it as best you can and then start it. That's the best way you'll get a decent script. And then when you've written the script, get someone who's going to be honest with you to kind of give you pointers, show you how you can improve it, and then your script should hopefully be the best that it can be. That you can either make it yourself or submit it into a few competitions. So, yeah, I would wish anyone the best of luck with that. Right, that was my Q&A, and I'm really sort of hoping you guys stuck around for the length of this video. It took a long time to actually do, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a bit about me as a person. And so, yeah, I'm gonna do some more videos this summer. I'm actually seeing as still Starcross is not out in the UK yet on TV. I am reading the book and we'll be reviewing it. So far so good. I'm still, because of the heat, I've not really been up to reading it, but I'll probably be reviewing it within the next few weeks. And I'm also going to be reviewing a few films on here as well. But yeah, I'm really glad you guys watched this video. I'm really happy that people requested it. To everyone who submitted the great questions, thank you, and I'm really happy you enjoyed it. Make sure you kind of write your comments below. If you want me to do a specific video, I'm open to doing that now. I'm literally off university until the October, so I'm very open to doing more videos and building up this channel so more people can kind of get involved. And yeah, so let me know, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Alright, bye.